Okay, boys, let's get right into it. So, a major update on Dameon Pierce and what his future could look like for the Houston Texans. Now, obviously, Dameon Pierce, rookie year, played really well. Last year was disappointing, didn't get many reps playing behind Joe Mixon, who had a great year. Joe Mixon, a lot of people have been questioning what his future on this Texans team is because he had that good rookie year, and after that, he just never really found his footing on this team, especially with Joe Mixon. And the idea was Joe Mixon would be the starter, and Dameon Pierce would be like the number two, the 1-2 punch. But that never really happened, and it was like Joe Mixon carried the team really hard last year, and even a lot of the third down situations for the Texans, they would put Dare Ogunbowale in there over Dameon Pierce, which makes sense. He's a better catcher out of the backfield, so you like having a guy like Dare Ogunbowale out there. But with the addition of Woody Marks, we re-signed Dare Ogunbowale. We have four running backs who are basically competing for three spots in this instance. You have Joe Mixon, who will be the starter. You have the backup, who will take reps when Joe's either hurt or needs a break. And then you have the third down back, which I'm guessing will be Dare Ogunbowale. So it's really between Dameon Pierce and Woody Marks to get that backup role on this team. But new news came out today. Actually, before I get to that, I made a video recently on John Mechie and his future with the Texans and how there's been trade rumors surrounding him. And my take on it was they should hold on to him because the loss of trading away Mechie and him flourishing there is worse than the loss of keeping him and not end up trading him for like a couple seventh, sixth round picks. So that's my take on it. As far as Dameon Pierce goes, here's the new news. So according to Aaron Wilson, who does a lot of coverage on the Texans, Mixon is not starting OTAs, and there's an injury apparently that we're not sure about. They say it's an off-season injury that he had surgery on, so I'm not even sure what that is. If you know down below, let me know. But Joe Mixon's not going to start OTAs. Now, they seem to be confident that he will be ready for the season, but he's not going to start OTAs because you really don't have to. We still have training camp and all of that. So with Joe Mixon out and not 100%, the Texans, or Aaron Wilson expects the Texans to place Dameon Pierce as running back 1 at training camp. So that's a good sign for Dameon Pierce. It at least shows that the Texans see him still as the number 2. They don't think Woody Marks necessarily is going to be the number 2 unless he beats him in training camp. You never know. And then, obviously, he's ahead of Dare Ogunbowale. So this is good news for Dameon Pierce. I don't think it's a surefire, he's going to get more playing time next year. But it is good news that he will be replacing Mixon as running back number 1. So my take on it, again, there's the argument for trade Dameon Pierce while you can. But the thing is, there's really no value to him. He had that good rookie year, about almost 1,000 yards, and he looked good. But in this new scheme, he has not looked good. So maybe trade him to another team who doesn't have a zone blocking scheme, and he'll kind of rejuvenate his career. But I don't think you're getting much for him. I don't think you're getting anything past the 5th round pick, anything earlier than that. So, again, I think the Texans should just keep him. He's a good, viable, cheap backup option for the Texans. And he's only 25, so he still has time to flourish. And the thing with Dameon Pierce is we really don't have a successor to Joe Mixon yet. Yes, we drafted Woody Marks, but it was in the later rounds, and we don't know if he will be anything. He doesn't have the greatest speed or athleticism. Watching tape at USC, he did look like a guy who would know how to hit the hole and get open. But my thing is, there's questions surrounding Joe Mixon and contract extension. I don't know if the Texans do it. They probably do. But you question what type of contract it'll look like for a guy who's getting older, because running backs don't really have a long shelf life in the NFL, sadly. That's just the unfortunate truth about it. So, yeah, do I think the Texans should try to get rid of Dameon Pierce? Not at all. Just keep him, see what he does this training camp. And, Joe Mixon was injured for a good part of last year. And when he went out, it really lowered our offensive ceiling, which is already not that good. So if I'm the Texans, maybe try to throw Dameon Pierce in there more next year. Because, yeah, Joe Mixon is a workhorse and he's a really good physical back who's shifty, but give him some more rest and maybe he can last the whole season and be more effective that way. And in doing that, you also give Dameon Pierce more of a chance to flourish and to figure out this zone scheme. Because he really did not get that many touches at all last year. Like none. I remember like in week 17 when we already had the playoffs in the bag and we played like the backups. That's where he got most of his stats from last year. Like literally. Last year he had 40 attempts. That's it. And I swear at least half of those were in the last game of the year against the Titans. And it's just like, that's it for running back number 2. That's all the attempts he's getting. Like, no, Dameon Pierce, he showed as a rookie 1,000 yards. Yes, I get it. He did not necessarily play well last year. But it's just like, you need to give him a chance. Because he's shown flashes, and it's like you need to give him that chance. As a young guy who's trying to figure out a new scheme, just give him the chance. That's all I'm saying. 40 attempts last year is not anything. And again, it also can help, hopefully, Joe Mixon stay more fresh and healthy. Because he is aging, he's not getting any younger. Anyway, that's my take on it. I've been rambling on long enough. Let me know down below if you disagree or agree with. What do you think about Dameon Pierce and his future with the Texans?